poignant for me too. So
All right. And
you know,
we
I'm
are
always on some
live,
bullshit.
bro. What up,
Welcome,
though?
man.
Welcome to the Motor City Man Cave. It's
How y'all doing out
cold
there?
ass Sunday evening, afternoon. What's going on with you, bro?
Man, shit, just happy to have power. You know what I mean? It's power and
Man,
heat. Oh yeah, at
that,
some point my brother gonna walk past because he ain't got neither of those two things, so we staying here.
uh, got you. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. DTE need to get their shit together because as much as they charge motherfuckers, everybody
Hey,
shit should
bro.
be on the same day. Like they telling
For
people,
sure, for sure.
it's people checking into the hotels. Like, yeah, they told me my stuff ain't coming on till Thursday. I'm like, Thursday.
They
They
told
fucking
my brother
killing me.
like he live in Royal Oak Township, right? It's like this little community, right? It's right between 8 and 9 Mile.
Oh, it's right
Told him,
down the street from me.
yeah, right down the street from you. And they told him like his power is always legit the last to come back on because there's only like fucking 100 people that live over there. They told him Sunday. I
Right.
talked to him earlier. It was like next week sometime. They didn't even give him a day. Like, yeah, we'll get to it basically.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. But people out here making. I want to give a shout out to my barber Richard Brown and Brown's Barbershop, dog. I pulled up at that mug Saturday. You know what I'm saying? After having not been in like 3 weeks, I had a wolf going on. I pulled up to that mug. They had a generator out front. I'm like, oh shit. I go inside. They got lights hanging up. They got extension cords everywhere. He like, sit down, little bro. I'm like, bet. They had the
That's
killer
right.
scene video going in that bitch. I was like, man, black
So,
folks will find a way or make one.
that's right, bro. That's why you can't kill us. No matter what you do, we still keep coming.
We got what 5 days past the storm, folks still ain't got their power. It's a fucking shame, DTE.
Well, I mean, you know, we are operating in a grid that was built in the fucking last century, you know, the 1920s and shit. You know what I mean? You charge me $1 million for taxes, but you can't give me some regular shit. But you'll put speed bumps down my street.
Right.
I hate Detroit, man. I can't stand it, bro.
Hey, I hate the government, period. We're gonna touch back on that. That was on a couple of my topics, this punk ass government. But you had a
Yeah,
question
for
for me.
sure, for sure.
You said you
Yeah,
had a
I do.
question.
I do. I do. So, you know, my job situation changed and the type of people I'm around changed, right? And
Right.
not saying that I'm one like a serial dater in the workplace. I'm not gonna go that far, but I gotta tell you, like, I've never dated a white woman, but I'm real close. And you know, my family got feelings about that shit, especially like my mama and shit. You feel me? Like black women don't like it. If you even talking about that shit, they don't want to hear it. Your mama,
Nah.
she don't want to hear it, bro. Your sisters, she looking at you like you ain't shit. I even had my niece like, why you want to date a white girl? Like, like, damn, you know what I mean?
No
Have you
family,
so
man.
have you ever felt that pressure? Like, you know, like you want to date somebody, but you know it's not like it's gonna be some static with your family. And if you did, like how did that kind of influence your decision?
Oh god. I don't think so. My family type of family that'd be like, even if they didn't like the person, they would be nice, but they would still talk shit behind that person.
And you know that's coming regardless, bro. It don't matter who you talk to.
Right. So
I
no.
once dated a girl. This bitch she had a gap about this big. All my mama could say is that she was cross-eyed. She didn't see nothing about the gap. She wasn't even cross-eyed, bro. It was just anything she could find just to be like, yeah, she ain't shit. I don't like her.
No, but now you know me. I was like, before you even get to meet the family, I got to vet the hell out of you first. So you make it past that stage, you must be pretty all right. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never ran into no issues like that. I ain't never, like you said, I ain't never dated a white girl.
Yeah, you know, no, yeah, full disclosure. Yeah, other stuff, yeah, you know, I'm a grown ass man. Like it didn't happen. Like it is what it is. And I enjoy it.
Right.
But like dating, nah, I ain't never want to bring her home to mama. But I've been like, you know, lightweight kicking it with this chick for a minute and she cool, you know. It's a good time.
I mean, that's what's up, man. And different strokes for different folks. I mean, you know, shit, you ain't killing nobody. You grown as fuck.
Nah,
Then you fucking go to
yeah,
date.
yeah, but black mamas, they do something to you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I swear to God, like I'll be on my shit and she'll say something to me and it make me be like, oh, because you forget you a grown, I forget I'm a grown ass man. And be like, oh, mama said no. Like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna do what I want.
So she ain't invited to the cook off off rip.
Oh
Just don't
no, oh no, oh no. That's one of them ones where you gotta go like have conversations with everybody like individually. Like, listen, don't be on that bullshit. Bring this chick around, okay? My family the type you bring a white person or something, and they'd be like, man, fuck white people. You know what I mean? Like that's how my mama get down, dog. I can't stand it sometimes. Be like, I love you, mama, but you rude as fuck. I just wonder, man, because I don't know how to approach this without basically being like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna just do what I want.
I mean, shit, do like I do. Just kick it for a minute and make sure she, up to par before you bring her home. Because at some point you're gonna have to bring her home if you dating her. Like, y'all cool like that.
She can't like my mom pulled up at my house and shit, and she had just left, and like that's what even made me tell her, because like you don't call, you just pop up and shit. Well, you fuck around, see some shit you don't want to see. I told you that's about that first of all, and then second of all, like just how that would have been. You walking up, because like I said, my mama got she real slick with her mouth and shit. She'll fuck my shit up just because she don't want me to have that shit.
Your mama ain't from the South, is she cuts you out being nice though. Like, oh, bless your
Nah,
heart, baby.
no, she not, but her goddamn daddy was, and he taught her well.
Yeah, I was like,
So yeah, you get the nice nasty. Yeah, that's what she called it too.
yeah, so yeah, that's my advice, man. Just go ahead and do your thing. This is 2023. Motherfuckers out here is dating worse.
Yeah, and she would honestly rather have me date worse than that. So it's just the situation. But I just wanted to get your 2 cents because you've been through everything, so I know I knew you had something for me.
Shit. Thankfully, that really wasn't one of them. Like I say, I got like a third eye, so I'll be peeping a lot of bullshit before we even jump off. You know what I'm saying, to that dating phase. So
It's getting summertime. It's, I
well,
cuff in the summer. Yeah, I cuff in the summer and get rid of them in the wintertime. I need my peace.
this how you test it. Take her to Shane Park and see how she react.
So you can't make it out here. So
Right.
like we can't do.
If she's comfortable, you know what I'm saying, she a winner. If she uncomfortable and looking over her shoulder,
Well, I think my saving grace is that she's from New Orleans, right? So she's been around a lot. She's from the South, so she's been around a lot of black people to begin with. So it's not like foreign to her.
Gotcha.
No, I would say comfortability is not the problem. I had to tell her last night, like, you can't go smoke with these chicks you just met. Like, no, I know them chicks. You can't go smoke with them. They're gonna rob you. Gotta be smart.
You left that part out, man. You didn't say you used white chicken flavor that grew up, in East Decatur.
Yeah. She different. She different. I mean, you have to be for me to like even give you a second thought being white. Real talk. Yeah, man. Just pulling your chain about it. Had to see what you thought.
I mean, good luck with that, man. Keep me posted.
Oh yeah, if I call you like, hey man, I need a place to lay low. My mama out for me. You know what's up. You know what's up. I can't come here. She know where I live, bro. She used to be in my ass. I can't fuck with it.
All right, so I got a question for you, and this question was asked. I was like my training at my job, and my supervisor had bought these cards. I think it was like questions you asked on the first date. It was like four of us sitting around playing it, and this question came up, and it had me thinking. I had to think for like an hour before it actually came up. I'm like, okay, I got one. Have you ever ghosted somebody?
Ooh. Yeah, I have. In fact, chick I took out on a date that I happened to work with a couple of weeks ago. I ghosted her ass, and I see her every day.
So you don't speak or say nothing to her while
I
y'all at work?
mean, I I speak, but like, no, it's not the same as it was before. But like I don't know, man. It's that standards thing, right? I took this girl out on a date. Like I took her to a nice place, some chill. It's in Southwest. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a little chill Mexican spot, right? We sitting, we talking. You don't drink. You don't like you smoke weed, but you don't drink. And like the conversation was equivalent to me talking to this Pepsi bottle. She didn't have nothing to say about shit. She didn't have no opinion about nothing, didn't want to talk about nothing. And everything I said I liked, she was like, I don't know why you like that. Then the bitch basically said I wasn't black. So after that, it was like, well, there's no point in talking. Yeah. Because you know me, like I listen to everything. And you might get in my car, hear Metallica one day. You might get in there, hear Jadakiss the next day. You might get in there, hear Tina Marie the next day. You know what I mean? Like whatever the vibe is, that's what I'm on. And we got to talking about music, and you tell me some shit like music doesn't influence your emotions or has no emotional value to it. I can't. I we done.
Like you
We done.
don't have soul. What the hell is wrong with you?
I swear you read my mind. I ain't want to just be like that, but like, nah. Music is vibration by its very definition. Stupid. So yeah, when I see her, I'll be like, hey, keep it moving.
I bet you just the talk of the town at work. Just
What am I supposed to do, man? Like, I don't have energy. My thing is this: like, I give you what you give me. If you give me energy, I'm gonna give it back to you. But you done dated somebody before where like you always hitting them up, you always calling them, they never reach out to you. It's not the same energy.
right.
And if you're doing that, what the fuck is the difference?
True.
You ever ghosted somebody?
Yeah. After I thought about it, I've done it several times. I came up with stories like 20 years ago. Like, oh yeah, I remember. That. Yeah, I had one that happened at Quality, and then it all happened at work. I think. Yeah, they all happened at fucking work, fucking around at work. Okay, so yeah, this is crazy. I was working. This was I was in Atlanta, like my first night audit job, and I was listening to the radio, and it was playing the dating game on the radio. And the girl, the contestant, she happened to be working night audit at some hotel. So, well, long story short, she went through the first dudes. She shot them down quick. So I get on. I'm like, we actually on the radio, and I get on. I'm like, yeah, I
Okay.
work night too. I'm in the music, blase, speed, this, that, and I get a whole bunch of common interests, and we end up. I end up winning the date, whatever. We were supposed to go to Comic
Okay.
View because they were in Atlanta that year, but she couldn't go, so we ended up going to Apple. We get to Applebee's, and she's just something was off about her. She was just real, just tight. So she asked. I remember she asked for a virgin daiquiri. Waitress go get it, bring it back. She take a sip. She say, "Nah, I like my ice crush finer than this. Take it back." Okay. So waitress take the drink. She
Really?
bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Another drink. She's take a sip. She's like, nah, this crush too fine. Take it back. I was like, what? I was like, huh. I grabbed a drink. I said, I drink it. Let's make another. She was like, what you do that for? I was like, cause you being rude. Like she ain't make me
Right, dog.
like I just cut her some slack. And just the whole rest of the day, she was just like, this being a bitch. I was about to say her name. She had an old lady name too. She named
Yvette or some shit like that.
I tell you when we go out there.
Sorry, Yvette. Sorry, Yvette. Don't be like John ain't shit. I ain't shit, but don't say that.
I was in college. I ain't had no car, so I had caught the bus, train her crib. So she was nice enough to take me home because I was on the opposite side of town. So we get to my crib. She's like, "Yeah, don't you have a dog?" I say, "Yeah." She's like, "I gotta use the bathroom. Put him outside."
Oh wow.
So I go in the house. I put the dog in the bedroom. I bring her in, introduce her to one roommate. She was bathroom. the couch. She said, "What you do with the dog?" I said, "I put it in the room." She's like, "I told you to put him outside." I was like, "You call me when you get home. You make it home safe." And she called me after she got home. That was the last time I talked to her. I was like, we're back in the day. What was it, like *6 7 and start how you block people?
Nah.
I was like, yeah, never again. I just couldn't. Her whole energy was just off, and I was like, I could see her just arguing and fighting from the jump.
I commend you for not being when she was like, I told you to put him outside, being like, bitch, get out my house. You get out. The dog can stay, but you gotta go.
I think we was in the parking lot at that point, but still, it was just like, yeah, it was at the end of the day that I had enough.
Yeah.
Everybody's personality don't match, and I peeped that from jump.
But if you a bossy chick, like, you need a sucker. Like, I'm just, ladies, if you're out there listening, like, that's what you need. Not a dude that's gonna like what you looking for. You're not gonna get. You need a sucker. Cause what this motherfucker over here, like over there, yeah, nah, not a sucker. Right. I'm lucky he didn't tell you some real shit. I done seen him in action. I know how he get.
Have you ever been ghosted?
Yes, I have. I took this chick to Chicago, right? And like we had messed around, all that stuff. So taking her to Chicago, like like going to Chicago, like we're going out of town together. I took her to a nice dinner too. We went to J. Alexander or something like that in Chicago. It was like a real nice night, real nice time. We stayed in the same hotel room, one bed. We get back, and she was like, "I hope you just didn't bring me here to fuck me." And I was like, I kind of looked around like, I mean, not that was the only thing I brought you here for, but yeah, that's on the list. She got mad and was like, I ain't shit. Like, mind you, we had already had sex. We had already done all of this stuff before. She got mad, told me I wasn't shit. I was a piece of shit just out here trying to fuck anything that moves, and proceeded to go get another hotel room. After I tried to call, yeah, dog, yeah. I ended up driving home that night because I'm like, well, you want to act like a bitch? I ain't staying here, bitch. I'm gonna drive home, and I did. The manager chick was nice. She gave me half my money back. I went home. I called her a couple of days later. Number one, to make sure she got home okay. I did because I texted her that night like, look, I don't know why you tripping, but I hope you get home and everything, come back smooth. Of course, I ain't getting no response. So I called her a few days later. She don't answer the phone. I'm like, all right, like you tripping. So I send her this text message like, look, I ain't trying to have no beef with you. Like, it's all good. Like, we just chalk it up to a bad time. And, because like we was cool. Like, she was actually like my friend and shit. Right. So I call her again the next day. She done blocked my number. Like, text, like none of that. I couldn't do nothing. This was a couple years ago. And, like, that wasn't the first time I got ghosted, but that was like the most aggressive, like, I'm not fucking with you no more ever. And to this day, I still can't tell you why she ghosted me. Like, part of me want to know why. So if you're watching, bitch, my number's still the same. Just tell me why. We don't have the conversation. Just tell me why. Yeah, I've been ghosted. You?
Yeah, the best of us. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, I was kicking with this one chick, and I was at Specs Howard. We got along real cool. We both silly, crack jokes in class and shit. Started dating, and I had invited her. It was like a family function. I think it was my mom's birthday or something. And she stood me up. And I was hitting her up. She never answered the phone or whatever. So when we got back to class, she was distant, wasn't talking to me, whatever. And so eventually we had a conversation. I'm like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. She was like, pretty much it was a chick in my class who was Black and Mexican. And she was very fine. And I was liking the first chick. I was, digging the second chick, but I wasn't giving it no attention. But she was in my face. She was in my face. So that rubbed the first chick the wrong way because I wasn't trying to divert that attention. And I was like, dang, like we wasn't together official like that for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We were just kicking it. But at the same time, I was like, you was doing a lot for a little,
Mm-hmm. Especially when like we not together, like you said.
Right, like we were just kicking it, dating, spending time, went to the movies, hung out, went to eat. Dang, you supposed to be dating my mom's birthday party. Let me looking like
Right. That don't tell you something like I'm taking you home to my mama chick, and you tripping because this girl that I ain't paying no attention to is in my face. If anything, you should be like, hell yeah, go ahead, be all in the space, because I'm going home with him.
right. And
I love it when
I was gonna say the
go ahead,
crazy
continue.
part is me and the black chick, the Mexican chick, start kicking it. Anyway, I was like, you just left the lane open for her. I'm like, hey.
Yup. Thanks for making this decision a lot easier. I appreciate it. Sometimes,
Yeah,
ladies,
yeah.
just be a
You
little
know,
patient. Just be a little patient. Watch what happens.
be happy that you dating a dude that other people won't.
Bro, bro, you know, that's not just for women too. That's for you motherfuckers out there too. Like, if you see a dude looking at your girl, like I always like to tell that dude, like, yeah, it's nice, ain't it? You know what I mean? Because it's mine.
Right.
It's not yours, it's mine. I'm going home with it. And while you look it, like, look, appreciate it. I'm glad you do. That lets me know I'm doing something right.
That part. Yes.
Jeez, people in maturity, bro.
I say a lot of the people in the back. What you got for me? What you got for me? Shooting off the hip today.
Shooting off the hip today. Uh, well, we talked about the ice storm. I was going to ask you about that. I know you still got power and shit, but you see, it's another one coming
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I knew there was a catch to all this 60-degree weather we was having.
The world is about to end, I think. I swear like
I've been
we went
saying
through.
that. If it ain't gonna end, something about to happen. It's just too much. Something. It's just a whole bunch of shit going on. My ears ringing. And can't sleep, and it's just a whole lot of shit going on in the world. So I feel you on
And on
that,
that
man.
tip,
It's
be
something
glad you're
brewing.
not think you don't live in Ohio right now, Eastern Ohio. Like I saw that shit. That shit scared me because like they moving waste and stuff like nuclear waste on trains and shit. But for it to actually crash and like watching them stories, them people can't even go outside without their eyes burning and shit. And y'all telling them like it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dog, so your eyes burning, your eyes burning. Yeah, your nose too. Oh, it's fine. Your lungs will be all right while they melting. It's
And
cool.
be like, what Chris Rock said, give him some Robitussin. You be all right.
Yeah. Robitussin fix everything. Just give him some
Fix
tussin. You be
everything. Your
good.
leg, bro, give some Robitussin. Give him some of that tussin.
Rub some of that tussin on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
this
man,
guy.
but it really like between that and the power outage, like it really got me worried about like the infrastructure of our whole country. You know what I mean? Like not just where I live. Shit, whole ground is falling off in California because it rained while it was snowing and ice here. Dog, you can't go nowhere and be safe.
They say if shit go down, Michigan gonna be one of the safest places to be. I
Yeah,
feel like that aspect, but this government got to get this shit together because they taxing the shit out of us. We ain't getting shit back. I wanted to talk about the shooting at MSU.
man, that shit. I worked with a couple of people who spent. They had one guy had his sister was up there. Actually, it was two sisters. This girl had her sister was up there going to school, and the guy his sister was up there going to school. The guy's sister was actually like close enough where she got pictures of them three dumb motherfuckers walking down the street with their rifles out and shit, just walking down the street.
What's wrong
Crazy,
with
man.
and
I
that's my point. Everybody keep they falling back. What is it? The Second Amendment to right to bear arms. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, that shit was written like 250 years ago, and when it was written, the forefathers had no concept of automatic rifles and AKs. These niggas were still shooting
amen.
muskets that took 5 minutes to
Right,
reload. So
right.
that's what we talk about. So it's like we still running this country on these antiquated laws and trying to figure the shit out. Like we need to just scrap that shit and start from scratch.
Well, I wouldn't say scrap it only because the whole Second Amendment, that's the part that you always hear, right? Like we have the right to bear arms. but it's actually for militia purposes, not just to you can have a gun. Back then, when the amendment was created, the thought process was that because we barely have a standing army, and we have all of these borders that's unprotected, we need to be able to raise a militia quickly and efficiently. If everybody has a weapon and they're trained with that weapon because they go out and they hunt, they do things, it's easier to build that militia up and to protect ourselves. Well, we got a whole ass army now that spend a whole bunch of fucking money and we don't see shit for it. You know what I mean? So that whole concept is kind of antiquated. You're absolutely right. But I always make it a point that with that Second Amendment to put the whole thing out there, because as it's written, if we just follow the advice as it's written, it's fine. Now, militia purposes ain't killing your neighbor because he looked at you, or
Right.
you know, your girlfriend told you she didn't want to date, she wanted to get rid of your ass, so you kill her and yourself. Like, nah, bro, I'm being a pussy.
Now, see that part I didn't know because like how many people really done sat down and read the fucking Constitution? You know what I'm saying verbatim. So, present company
Third
excluded.
generation, third generation military, man. Like that shit was drilled into me as a fucking kid. And being a black man, oh, you gonna know every right we got because we done fought for these motherfuckers. My grandpa and my dad up my ass about it.
That's what's up. Now you make me
No,
feel
it's
bad. I'm gonna go read that bitch tonight at work.
don't do it. Don't do it. You'll be asleep in 10 minutes, motherfucker. I'm telling you, don't even don't start.
I already know you're
They
that verb
gotta,
is crazy.
they do have a updated Cliff Notes version of it that gives you the legal ins and outs of it. So that I would recommend if you wanted to look up a particular amendment, I would recommend doing it that way.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
and then
We don't just talk shit.
why can't they amended slavery? Why can't we amend these gun laws so that
We can amend any constitution. The founding fathers were so stupid that they were smart, right? They when they wrote the Constitution of the United States of America, they didn't put any of the bear arms to protest. None of that stuff was in there. Then after they completed the document, they was like, maybe we should put that stuff in there so people actually can protest and do the things that we do now. That's why you have amendments to them. Now, amendments require 2/3 of all the states. So basically, you need at least 34 states to agree that state constitutions need to agree that this needs to be changed. And then we change it. The problem is, in this divided culture that they've created, trying to get 33 states to agree on anything is pretty much pointless.
that's true.
You know, I'm all for protesting, but we got to do something like that.
Protesting we've been protesting and it still ain't changed. My thing is still why hasn't the government done it? That's when I wanted to go back to the government being shady. Because you got the NRA padding pockets and keeping these
Yep.
laws from going across the board. I'm like, how many more schools got to get shut up? Like it's been like 3 more mass shootings since MSU.
Yep.
So
And that you don't hear about on the news because they're not, they weren't bad enough. So we're not gonna put it on the news because only one person died.
right. And it's crazy to live in a world where like I remember when we was in school, like niggas didn't shoot up schools. It was shooting outside of school. Most times it was gang related shit. Might have been personal, but it was still outside. Yeah, you wasn't killing 5 people. You was going to shoot the person that you was, looking for.
Yep.
So it's like now I gotta have conversations with my daughter about what to do if some of that shit happen. I told her, get the fuck out of there. You climb your ass out the window, you stay low, and you get the hell away from that school.
Yeah, they're teaching the kids to run, hide, fight. I don't hide, run, fight. I don't agree with that. I and it's hard because you're talking about kids and innocence and all of that. And of course you don't want them to be robbed of it, but I'd rather you be robbed of your innocence and be alive than be an innocent dead person. You feel me?
And the best part about that MSU student was a lot of those kids, a good handful of those kids went to Oxford. And so it's like, damn, this is the second time you done had to live through a damn mass shooting. That's the point I'm getting at. It's getting repetitive now that students is living through it multiple times in their life. Politicians don't see a problem with it.
No, they see the money.
Yeah.
Lobbying. I can give you two things right now. If we instituted term limits on senators and congressmen in general, and got rid of lobbying, most of this shit would die off anyway because you don't have the money funded into it. So tax money is the only revenue that you're gonna get. So you need to make your taxpayers happy instead of making all of the companies and corporations that pad your pockets so you can run for office and not do shit but collect a paycheck. Like they
It's
they
these
try to
good old boys that have been in office for 60 years that's doing this
bro,
bullshit. And that's what that pissed me
bro.
off. They making laws that they ain't gonna even see come to fruition because they're gonna be dead in 5 years.
Like Mitch McConnell, if somebody like if we draw and quartered his ass, like I might cheer. You feel me? Like I've to be celebrated in Congress because you are a sneaky snake. You have two nicknames, a snake and a turtle. I like you. They're reptiles. Like you're equated to something that's slimy and that preys on people. Like you're a
Right.
fucking snake. You can't tell me that and like that's just a common sense thing where it's like you can't tell me you got our best interest at heart because look at the people who are in charge. They don't give a fuck about shit.
No. Ain't his
Ted
nickname
Cruz,
the Grim Reaper? Does he kill
yeah,
everything?
that's one of his nicknames. He kill all the bills. Any bill that's going to help, like on a sociological level, like in the actual population pockets, no, he's not for that. Pay raises, why do that? But Congress, since they vote for their own pay raise, they get one almost every other year because they vote for their own pay raises. How about you make it where the taxpayers vote for y'all pay raises? Y'all niggas, y'all owe us money. I want your whole check from the last 3 years, bro.
And that's part of the cover up too. Instead of just passing a bill, like back in the day, they would pass a bill and it would just be that bill, like let's say fix the infrastructure. It would just be a fix the infrastructure bill to get the money, whatever. Now they hired so many other bills under this bill that the general public don't know what's going on. Like you say, they voting for their own pay raises. Yeah, they put it up under that bill that don't nobody. They only talk about the top three subjects in the bill. They don't talk about all the 50 other bullshit that in the head below. You know what I'm saying? The public don't know about.
Exactly. They call that pork in the bills. You got a fat bill that's full of wasteful shit like that. Like, what the fuck do y'all need a pay raise for? I can't make $15 an hour if I work a menial job, but you deserve a pay raise. The logic to me, like, you're not getting a lot of taxes. If you raise my pay rate, you'll get more in taxes.
That
Just
part.
common sense. But you're gonna raise your money. So what here? Like, you don't really pay taxes anyway. You find every loophole that there is to get out of it. And you're a fucking senator, so nobody's really gonna be like, hey, this senator's cheating the government.
Right.
I mean, I'll do that, but who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? That shit crazy. You're right about the government though.
Hey, okay, sticking with the government. What's going on with this shit they shooting out the sky? I don't think it's China.
You don't?
No.
So funny thing is that this has actually been going on for a very long time. China, and not just China, but other countries have come up with creative ways to spy on us. I don't know why this got so much press. Maybe because they released all that shit about aliens and like people like actually looking for that now. But I can tell you, like, with my own eyes, like me, I've actually seen that. I've been taking part in a recovery operation for that, but I've seen balloons, I've seen helicopters, I've seen all manner of things used to try to help. The United States understands that, like, in the consulate, you're gonna have people who aren't really consulate workers. They're spies, basically. They come in through the consulate. They're under the guise of some political advisor, and they go out and they do whatever they do. We bug their places. They bug our places. And I mean, like, you cannot believe me, but I'm like, that's how the shit goes. So like, this is not a new thing, but it's new to the public. And when all this other shit going on, the way it's almost like you scaring people. You scaring us into war again.
Right. So what's the rationale behind letting the shit fly over the whole country? before shooting it down? Like, why let it gather information and then shoot it down? Like, they let the one come
Well,
across Alaska, and they ain't shoot it down till it got to the East Coast. I'm like, well, what was why? You might as well just let it go
I,
back.
no, not quite. Um, in that situation, I don't know what you're looking for. I see the balloon, so I'm gonna track the balloon, and I'm gonna wait till the balloon looks like it's gonna go be out of range for me to take out or get. Then I'm gonna shoot it down. Then when I go through and collect the information off of it, it's going to tell me exactly what you're looking for. And then on top of that, I don't want you to know I shot the shit down. I want you to keep doing that dumb shit. So I set your ass up because that's how the game works. And I'm telling you, it's move counter move. It's move counter move. Everything that they do, we isolate, identify, and then counter it. That's our playbook. So I know it seems stupid, but it's actually like some solid thinking behind that.
So what about the one they shot down over Lake Erie? I think it was Lake Erie or Lake Huron. It's like they just popping up over the place. Like, did that one just floated on across the country till they got to Michigan and then they shot it down, or are these bitches dropping out the sky, which is what I was thinking.
Oh well, I mean,
Like, I
like
think
I don't, I can honestly I can't answer that because like real talk, it could be anybody from somebody like who saw that shit on the news because like let's face it, people dumb and like they want to be involved in shit. So you might have some dumbass who saw that balloon and then sent up a couple balloons of his own. You might have people doing that to collect information about a particular place. And in this space that we in, where everybody's so paranoid and panicky and afraid, they just shot that shit down. It was like it's one of them.
I don't know, man. It's just that the shady as this government is, I wouldn't put it beyond them. You know what I'm saying? For it to be aliens, and then they give us this cover up story. It sounds like some shit in the movies where some bullshit happened, and they pull a bullshit story on the news, and then the public buy it.
I get it, but my only question would be, if they aliens, why are they using balloons? I'd be like, you travel across the fucking cosmos, you better have something better than a goddamn balloon. Otherwise, I got questions for you when you finally like, hey, I'm here. What the fuck was that balloon shit, bro? You floating in the fucking sky. You know what I mean? Like, what is you doing? Like, you could have at least made it where we didn't know shit. Like, y'all just like, yeah, nah.
But even with that, I be seeing shit on TikTok though. It's some shit up there that they not telling us. That's here right now.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Listen, man, we didn't go from the 1950s barely having, cars that ran decent to microwaves and fucking televisions and satellites. That shit just ain't pop like that. Like we smart. Yeah, we ain't that goddamn smart.
And especially for the shit to have advanced so quickly, like you said, since the 50s, it seems
Bro,
like technology just been jumping every day. So they
just
done
think
got some
about it.
there.
When me and you was born, TV still went off at 12 o'clock.
Right.
They have nothing else to show you on television. At 12 o'clock, you got the national anthem, and you got them bars that came up, and that stupid ass noise till about 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
And 20 years later, you can watch whatever the fuck you want, whenever you want. You watch it at work, watch it at school, watch it in your car. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. 50 years.
Yeah.
And I heard them commercials from back in the day. Them motherfuckers was not that smart.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's obvious to motherfucker with common sense, but it's like to the general public, everybody is just sheep. It's like that's the part I hate, just like that sheep mentality. Just follow whatever you're told.
Yep. But you see it even when you driving. Like, I love packed up motherfuckers. Like, you ever seen that group of people that's packed up? It's plenty of space in front and behind them, but they all like squashed together. So you can't get in front of them. It's like, why y'all doing this, bro? Like, it's all this fucking space for you to do and go and be wherever you want to. You here. Okay. Get out my
That's
way.
actually one of my pet peeves.
Bro.
I can't say
I swear to God, we're the same motherfucker.
Lane. The fuck?
Exactly, man. Like, these lanes have purposes. Get your ass out my way if you ain't passing nobody.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you right on with that government shit.
Yeah, man, listen. If I could leave, I would, but it's expensive. I looked into it. Nigga, I was trying to give me
Hey,
some
man.
visas to go to London, nigga, but unless you got a sponsor, like them visas can cost anywhere up to $1,000, depending on which one you're getting. There's so many levels, and you got to go like through the consulate and shit and give a good
Mhm.
reason as to why you want to leave. I don't want to be what's they call it, expatriated. I don't want to like actually like just not
Give
be a
up your
citizen.
citizenship.
Yeah, I just want to leave. I just want to go. Just let me just give me free, dog. Just give me
Say,
free.
I'll come back when I'm ready. I'm out though.
Right.
Fuck y'all right now.
And Cuba looking real nice. The only reason I wouldn't go there immediately is because it's just hurricane. I'm scared of hurricanes, bro. So,
Well, yeah, that the South, right? You can't go nowhere in Southern Hemisphere over here because this the way that you see how, like the past 5 years, tornado, hurricanes and tornadoes have increased in the South almost 1,000%.
oh, fucking shit up. Fucking shit up.
Somebody, somebody, I was at the barbershop the other day. Somebody was like, "Dude, somebody need to tell these motherfuckers to quit pushing that weather machine button. Fire that motherfucker because he fucking shit up. He fucking it up everywhere."
See, I come full circle to that shady ass government. This is
Bro. I swear to God, if like the next time some wild shit is going on, they're like, it's a hurricane coming out of nowhere. I'm sold. I'm sold. It's a weather machine. You got me.
yeah, ain't no way all this bullshit happening. What do you call it? Greenhouse effect ain't doing all this.
Not quite. Not quite. And if it is, we fucked already. Shit. Yeah.
Um, it was see. I was gonna say is another thing I think they're covering up because again, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and it's like I keep reading about the sun being like hyperactivity right now and a whole bunch of solar flares um, being emitted. And it's supposed to be some solar flares that's supposed to hit the planet that may or may not, knock out our satellites or whatever. Well, like I say, I believe it's shit like that that's going on that the government doesn't tell us or prepare us for.
Well, some of that, like just being honest, just being in situations dealing with people in like life or death situations, people are stupid, right? Like if I tell you some real shit, like just like how many times where you live might have almost not been there. You know what I mean? You tell the average person that they gonna lose their shit and want to get the fuck on. You feel me? Like they out. They like I can't deal with this. So you got to be. It's this fine line you walk where you don't necessarily lie to people, but there is some merit in not telling everybody everything just because of how stupid people are. And I mean, like, but what's the fix for that? Because people are always gonna be stupid. In the
Right.
50s, with the nuclear shit, I mean, they had the kids training. Not that that was going to do anything if a bomb actually hit your desk was going to fry just like your ass. But it made everybody feel comfortable. I guess. I guess.
I mean, I get that part that people are dumb, especially like I said, that sheep mentality in groups and masses. They just get stupid and follow each other. But at least give me a fighting chance. If there's some shit about to fuck us up, let me, get some canned goods and prepare properly. Get some batteries and shit. Like I just don't want the shit to happen and then I be ass out. And then I
But
really
but
gotta get people.
hey, look, Derek, I'm gonna just tell you like it is. Like if that shit really happened in real life, they're not gonna tell you shit. You get all your people that you love and you get together because of strength and numbers. And then you just gonna have to kill people and take what you want. Because if they put it out on the news, like, yeah, in a week, all the power gonna stop. You know what would happen at the stores. It wouldn't even take a week for people to start dying. They're gonna start dying like at the next 5 minutes, somebody gonna get shot for toilet paper or something.
Toilet
Like it's
paper.
bro. It's leaves and shit out here. You ain't gotta kill people over toilet paper, bro. It's come on, man. Come on. It's always the first thing, though. You gotta wipe your ass in peace.
You gotta wipe your ass. I can't believe the pandemic hit everybody buy toilet paper.
I couldn't believe that shit though when it was like, yeah, every store's out of toilet paper. I was like, what? Like y'all still got water, but you ain't got toilet paper? Somebody got shit all fucked up. You see that dumbass motherfucker on eBay, toilet paper for $10,000. And if he sold one of them, I was mad.
Oh man. Coming up on 8 o'clock. She told us we ain't had to go for an hour, so we ain't gonna push it. I'll wrap it up today. Um, anything else for us, bro?
Um, yeah. Sorry we missed y'all last week. You know, if you've been keeping up with us, but we back, and you know, more good
Shit happened.
content ahead. Yeah, it's power. You heard us at the beginning. It's fuck power outage. We got jobs and shit. Like we regular people. If you ain't figured that out, shame on you.
Right. Some of us have multiple jobs, so we get it
Yeah,
in when we can.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All
All right, so we're
right.
gonna wrap this up, y'all. Thanks for joining us as always. Hit us up. When any content, any questions, any comments, email us at motorcitymancave313 at gmail.com. And you still ain't got no social media, dude.
Hold
I
on,
never
hold on. I went. I went on. I actually went ahead, like got my Instagram again because I knew this was gonna be a thing. So I did it, but it's fucked up because I don't even know my Instagram name. How you even find this shit? That's terrible. I'm terrible. There you go. You can hit me up at JDub3201 on Instagram. I
That's
probably
what's
won't
up.
respond though.
Baby steps. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I barely check the shit, but you can hit me up. When I get on here, I take it. I probably see.
Yeah.
You be thinking I'm lying and shit because I hate social media, but I'm gonna do it. I'm on here.
It's about networking, bro. That's all. Just networking. You got fans.
Yeah.
You got watching. You got people watching us, bro. They want to contact us. You know what I'm saying?
Why
Anyway,
you
I
want to
digress.
contact you?
I,
You
I,
yeah no.
listen,
You know you about to get me started.
get off my soapbox. I appreciate it.
For sure.
I was surprised you. Page. I'm like, oh, this nigga got one. That's what's up.
Yeah, because like I get it. You're right. And I need to be part of the modern world, so people stop telling me I'm old and shit. Because I'd rather talk to you and like actually have something to talk about you with you when I see you. Because I don't see all that bullshit you putting on social media, and I even got to ask you about it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that old school communication.
It's a shirtless picture on my Instagram page if you ladies are interested.
Hit him with that flexing on him.
Hey man, you gonna take it there? I'm gonna take it all the way there. You know me, I'm extreme.
There you have it. Yeah. On that note, give me a big slim 10 on Instagram and TikTok. Lindera Slim Jones on Facebook. And we will see you all next week. Next night. Be safe.